This is loud, right?
Not in my ears.
It's loud in my ears.
You should turn your...
And remember how I was really loud last episode?
Turn this volume down.
This one?
Uh-huh.
Are you sure it's not going to be loud for you, though? Like, I'm not...
It's not.
Topping the charts over here, am I?
No, it's not.
All right.
I think it's because we were separated.
Gotta keep them separated. I love Offspring.
I know.
God damn!
Anyway, how's it going?
Living the dream, man.
I feel
How you
like
doing?
you should start this intro because my goddamn is pretty obvious.
Well, Stacy's still dying.
I'm still
but
dying.
it's not bad enough to where I can't be around her.
Thank God, because listen, every time this happens to us, I'm always like, man, I feel so bad for anybody who's just joining the podcast and they listen to like the last 2 or 3 episodes and it's total shit. But like, we were dying back there.
Yeah, well, one of us was. Uh-oh.
I'm still dying actively.
Uh-oh.
Erin's dying now.
I'll just hold it.
Erin's mic fucking filter thing just popped off her mic. It's a hot mess around here. Guys, listen.
It's the Hot Mess Express.
We're trying. Hold on. Please hold. I had a flight of fucking Bloody Marys before this.
We might allegedly
Be intoxicated.
We might be. But listen, I'm going to be a single mom. That's not my goddamn.
Oh, I was going to say,
We're
is
not
this
doing
your
that.
goddamn... Erin's
No.
about to be a single mom for like a week and a fucking half or some
Yeah.
shit.
But as I said, Brandon joined a cult, and he's
Yeah.
like, anyway, I'm out of here. And
I got to go do cult-like things.
Okay.
And Erin's like, fully fucking support it, whatever your heart loves.
For sure.
Whatever your heart feels.
Not going to work. I love that for you.
Yeah, great. As long as your soul is happy.
Honestly, I just want his soul to be happy.
That is the sweetest thing anybody has ever seen.
Yeah.
Seen, said.
Said, you
Seen
know.
and seen or heard.
Seen
Hold your
happen to
senses.
someone else. I don't know. Listen, we're here to have a good time.
Yeah, not a long time.
Not a long time.
Yeah,
Not a long
welcome.
time. Anyway,
I'm going to kick you off with my goddamn. In case you didn't notice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a fucking voice. So my goddamn is that I caught another cold on top of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is this COVID? No. I fucking cured myself from that
extra COVID.
bullshit.
That's double secret COVID.
Yeah, I got super extra sick on another variant of some shit that has nothing to do with COVID.
That's
that shit,
Omicron Percy I ate.
yeah, that shit doesn't have spikes on any of its shit. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
Shit stuck right to you.
But this girl ain't got no more COVID, but she got laryngitis. Like, what the
got
fuck?
bronchitis.
What the fuck is going on? Honestly, guys, so I went on this whole kick this last week where I was like, I'm going to stand up for myself and I'm going to talk to my doctor. I feel like Jamie Ann can relate because, like, she's standing up for herself recently, too, in text messages.
Trying to.
And our girls can relate. There's so many girls out there who were, like, afraid to say shit when we go to the doctor because we don't want to sound psycho. Of,
Yeah. Or like dumb.
yeah.
Hey, should I be concerned about this mass that I have?
Yeah. And also, I'm really tired all of the time. And they're like, being a mom is so hard. And you're
Yeah.
like, no. But listen, like, I'm getting
Yeah.
sleep and I'm still going to kill somebody.
But like,
can you
don't
help me?
depreciate me.
Yeah. And everybody's like, oh, it's just hormones. And you're
Yeah.
like, well, can you fix them? Because it sucks.
I'd like to not have those.
Like, if guys had hormonal imbalances, I feel like everything would be like, we'd figure that shit out right away.
They'd be like, anyway, you need fucking plus 8 points over here.
Yeah, we're gonna change your stats over here.
Yeah.
We're gonna upgrade you. Anyway, so I finally fucking did that shit. And I like stood up for myself and I was like, hey, everybody check out fucking thyroids, check out fucking everything. And they ran all these things and I have to like poop in a cup. I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna. And I'm gonna figure out what the fuck's wrong with me. But in the meantime, my blood panels came back and they were like, you are overhydrated. And I'm like, hey, girl's thirsty, deal with it.
I love that you talk so much shit about me not drinking enough water and you are overhydrated. That just brings me an immense amount of joy. Like, you will never understand
I have
the
always
joy that I'm
known.
feeling.
I have always known. Like, I have like an insatiable taste for water. It doesn't even, and you're like, it's got to be the best water. I'm like, shit, man, I will drink fucking hose water. I don't care if I'm like right now. I am so thirsty. I don't know what it is, but I don't have diabetes or thyroid issues.
I mean,
that
that's
much I
good.
can tell.
Yeah.
from my panels. Anyways, so long story short, I'm sick again. I'm sick all the fucking time. I don't know. Maybe I have a lump in my throat. Nobody knows, but I'm gonna pull through.
Yeah, you'll
I'm
be
probably
fine.
just being like, you know,
Dramatic,
hysterical.
like a woman.
Yeah, you might as well just fucking check me into a goddamn psych ward.
Someone just needs to slap you once or twice.
I would honestly take it.
I'll do it.
Like, it feels so good. So, Erin, what's your goddamn?
Well,
Yeah.
I have a job. In that job, I work with blades, X-Acto blades to be
Oh,
exact.
no. I don't want to hear about your goddamn. I
No,
take it back.
You probably don't.
Yeah. Now I remember. I don't want to hear about this. I had forgotten, but now I'm here.
Yeah. It was bad. So here's what happened. I was working. I was having my fucking headphones in. Everything's great. Everything's fine. Whatever. And then someone comes and they're talking to me, and I take my headphones out and I'm listening to them, and I'm like, okay, this is whatever. We're talking.
This is great. This is a human interaction that we are having together.
Human interaction. Everything's fine. Everything's perfect. Everything's great. And then I talk with my hands a lot.
No, not you.
A little bit, especially in person. I'm like, oh, blah, blah. I have a blade, right? And so I was cutting. And I was like, anyway, let me tell you about all these things.
Oh, no. You're going to cut an eyelash off.
Just
or like
fucking-
an eyeball skin.
Yeah, swizzling
Those
this bitch
eyelids.
around. Like, and then I went over there and over here, and I was just swizzling it around. And then
Don't swizzle a blade.
I did the, like, I'm just going to pull my hair
No.
out of my sweater move.
No.
Like, let me just pull both my
Yeah.
sides up and pull the back. And I had
Almost
my-
like you're going to make a half ponytail, but then you don't.
Exactly.
Just pulling it out of your
You're
face.
just, like pulling it out of your sweater.
Long hair,
or whatever.
don't care. We get it.
Yeah, I just got to touch it a lot. And I had my blade in my hand, in my right hand. And I did that.
Oh, God.
And I did that. And then with
Uh-huh.
my left hand, I fucking grabbed the blade.
No. With
Just
your ponytail hand?
full
Like
on-
trying to grasp the ponytail?
Yep, full on grabbed it with my pointer finger on my left hand. And I just sliced that bitch right open.
Why would you do that?
I don't know, because I'm fucking dumb.
You are.
And I just sliced it open. You can see it's a little triangle now. It was bandaged.
wanna look
It was
close. I don't have my
bandaged up for
glasses.
like a couple of days.
Oh, God.
It doesn't look that bad,
But it hurts because it's a precision slice.
it bled like a motherfucker.
That's like
dude.
surgery. You scalpeled your ass.
I scalpeled my ass, and I was
No.
like, "Oh no!" And so I fucking whoop, and then just tried to clamp it shut, like, "Oh no!" But
Did
also,
the person realize you cut yourself that you were talking to?
well, I was talking, and then I went, "Huh." Oh no!
Oh.
So he realized pretty immediately. Also, I have a thing where, like, if it is currently bleeding, I cannot just put skin to skin on it. Like, I can't put my other hand on it to put pressure on it, right? For whatever reason in my brain, I'm like, gotta go to the bathroom, gotta rinse it off.
What do you just let it bleed out where you're like, ah?
Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, blood everywhere. Flung blood everywhere. All
No.
over the job that I was doing.
You are my nightmare.
I'm a lot of people's nightmare.
Yeah, you are my nightmare.
I flung blood all
I
over
can
the
put
job I was
pressure on
doing.
it. Hold it above your heart.
No, I don't want to I don't want to touch it with a hand that has touched other things in the
You
day.
are very concerned about germs.
I am so, like inside
might
on my insides.
be a problem.
I don't want germs on my
Maybe.
insides. So then I had to go to the bathroom, rinse it off. Once it was like relatively rinsed off, and
like tap water? The
yeah.
fucking municipal tap water? Like, wow.
Which is fine for some reason in my brain, because then I can grab like a paper towel and wrap it on there. And then I did the like, oh no, pressure above your head, blah, blah, blah. Like, make it stop bleeding, blah, blah, blah. There was blood. There was
that
blood.
poor guy was traumatized,
all
I'm
over my
sure.
shop.
He's like,
Oh.
it got my eye.
He was an older than me gentleman. And so he was like, I'm going to bandage you up. I'm going to like, let me get all the supplies.
He's
for
like,
it.
do you
And,
want me to butterfly stitch that shit, motherfucker?
Literally.
I got some super glue and duct tape
Yeah,
in my
he's like,
truck.
back in Nam, this is what we used to do. And I was like, okay.
Spit on it, it'll grow hair on your chest. You're like, no, I don't want any of those. I don't want pepper. I don't want hair.
I don't want hair on my chest. I don't want any of those things.
Fuck your onions and mushrooms.
Yeah. So
Want a
basically,
Band-Aid.
the end of my story is I got it fucking solidified, and it's fine now. It's mostly just like a triangle cut, because also it was a brand new blade. It was a
Of course.
brand new fucking blade. So that shit did not rip.
You
It
brought
was
that
just
shit
like
on yourself.
butter. Like fucking my
Yuck.
finger was butter, and it was just
Yuck.
like, anyway, slice right through that shit.
Oh, please don't explain.
Oh, so now I have a nice little.
I'm glad you didn't
Scab
cut your whole
scar
fucking
thing.
finger off. Jesus.
Honestly, me too. And that's only because I realized as I was grabbing it, like, ouch, I think that hurts.
Ouch. That was very clean cut.
That was a very clean cut. And
Feels
now I'm
hot.
fine. But if you put luminol in my place of business, it looks like multiple crime scenes.
Oh, no.
Multiple.
Did you
there
clean
was
it
blood
up?
on the. Yeah, I cleaned it up. But I have 2 tables, and they are cutting tables. Like, they have a cutting surface on it, which means they have a lot of grooves on it that, like, heal together or whatever, because it's like a cutting board. So,
Heal?
Yeah, like, it's like a rubber. So when you cut on it, it, like, heals itself. So you can still cut there, and it's not like an already a groove there, right? Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
So then I bled on it.
It didn't heal.
It has healed. So I have blood all over both the tables, in my shop, in and around my shop, on the floor. I had to clean it up the next morning because I found more blood spatter on the floor. And I was like, if someone were to come in here.
That's not good. I'm glad I don't have any like physical, other than like mental health issues. I don't have any physical strains on my job.
Yeah, but that's it. But I mean, it's not bad.
You're
It's
lucky
just
you
one
didn't
little
cut an
finger.
artery with that shit.
On my finger?
Well, like in your neck. You were going by your face.
Yeah.
What if it slipped and you were like, whoops?
I did actually drop the blade the other day. I don't know what the fuck I was
What are
doing.
you be more careful. Anyway,
Anyway.
I would love to hear your true crime story, Erin.
Would you? Okay,
Yeah.
let me tell you about
That's
it.
what we came here for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today, I'm going to tell you here on episode 230
Yeah.
about Rowan Baxter.
Rowan
Rowan
Baxter.
Baxter.
Love both names.
Suggested by our BFF, our best friend forever, our Australian mate, Matthew.
No, not Matthew.
Matthew!
Oh my God, Matthew's finally being graced by a case,
Graced with a case.
which isn't that graceful at all.
It's not. It's
Yeah.
not. He was like, "Have you seen this shit?" And I was like, "I had not seen that shit."
Hey, I will Wikipedia that motherfucker.
Yeah. Let me Google that shit.
Hey, thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
You.
So I'm going to tell you about first, starting with Hannah Clark. Hannah was
Okay.
born September 8th, 1988.
Oh, she's almost really cool.
Almost like a year away.
so
A
cool.
year and a
Virgo?
couple days.
In.
You know?
That bitch has got it going. Oh, what's up, Hannah Montana?
And she was living in Queensland, Australia.
Sounds great. Love it.
And when she was 19 years old, she met Rowan Baxter.
Okay.
Now, Rowan, he was a professional rugby player.
Okay. Wow. That's exciting and exotic.
I guess. And he had played for the New Zealand Warriors, which I guess is good.
Sounds great. Sounds like a badass name.
Uh-huh. And he was like,
Were the New Zealand huntsman spiders? Warrior sounds better.
Warriors is probably better.
I don't even know if they have huntsman spiders in New Zealand, but anyway.
But according to myself, he was an attractive man, right? Like he's
Oh, so we've seen a picture.
Oh, we've seen a picture. He's a handsome guy, and presumably he's like relatively famous, right? He was on a
Yeah.
fucking rugby professional team,
team.
yada, yada, yada.
To
So-
us, we're like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, we're like, oh, neat. So, like, disc golfer. How does that work?
So, like, he's like good,
Yeah, like
good at sports.
I don't know. But he's like, he's in shape. He's a good looking guy, yada, 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 right? So she is head over heels,
Yeah.
right?
She found her Prince Charming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But he was 30 years old.
Yeah.
She was 19.
Okay.
So 11 years difference.
Okay, I hear
Not-
that.
Not crazy,
But pretty intense
not illegal.
for that.
But like at 19, I don't think I would want my kid, if my kid was 19, to be dating a 30-year-old.
But like he's professional at rugby.
Yeah, so totally, maybe.
Yeah.
Creepy to me, maybe not to everyone,
But
right?
like he's gonna take her to a nice steak dinner.
Yeah, he's going to fly her out, you know?
Yeah. Like buy her fucking, I don't know, fucking Gucci suit. I don't know. I was gonna sing a song, but we don't need to.
No, we do not. So I'm not sure exactly how they met, but obviously
Sex ring.
it could have been sex ring.
Oh,
but
no.
they hit it off, right? They
Yeah.
start dating. And Rowan had previously been married to another woman, which isn't that shocking, seeing
But
as
that
he
fell
was
through?
like 30 years old. Yeah, but that went away.
That one
fell
didn't work
through.
out.
No, that one didn't work out. It ended rather poorly, right?
Yeah.
And he had a domestic violence order placed against him.
Yeah, not good at all.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is the same, essentially like a
Sounds like football players.
restraining order. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
for some reason, all of our football players are like, also, I beat my wife. And we're like, I really liked you though.
Yeah, little aggressive.
And everybody's like, I mean, maybe he didn't. And
I
we're
don't
all like,
understand how the steroids make you so aggressive.
did. He did. But he did.
But he did, though.
Like we saw the video on the elevator. And they're like, but like, could he just play football a little bit longer? And we're like,
no, he had the whole dog fighting ring, you know? Like, you gotta stop.
can he at least say he's sorry? He's not willing to say he's sorry. Like, oh,
You just gotta cut him loose then, you know?
this is tough.
So originally, Hannah's parents were a little put off by this relationship.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
They were like, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like him.
Domestic violence in his past, you say. What a keeper.
And you're 19 and he's 30? It
Yeah.
doesn't sound like grooming at all.
Yeah. Oh my God, seriously.
Yeah. Hannah's mom, Sue, really didn't like him, but Rowan eventually wins them over. He's like, you know what? I'm a fucking nice guy.
He's like, I'll buy you up fucking surf and turf
exactly.
tonight.
And Rowan and Hannah got married in 2012.
Oh,
She was 24 years old. He was 35.
okay.
And they had 3 children.
That's a lot of babies.
Aaliyah, who was 6.
Aaliyah?
Uh-huh.
I like that name.
Leanna, who was 4 years old. And Trey, who was 3 years old.
Okay.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Hannah and Rowan were both really into fitness and CrossFit.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You know how I know you're into CrossFit?
They'll tell you. And Rowan worked as like a physical trainer, right? Mm-hmm. So some of the articles gave the impression that the two ran a gym together or owned a gym together, but I could not confirm that. So
Okay, but they're working out together.
yeah, they at least are really into it, in the scene, fucking working out all the time, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Now, according to Hannah's parents, around the time that they had their second child, Rowan started to be more aggressive and demeaning toward Hannah and her family.
No.
He would call Hannah names, like he'd call her a fat pig.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
And he wouldn't let her wear shorts
Weird.
or the color pink
Super weird.
because he said it was for children.
I can't.
Yeah.
Listen, like I am the worst person to try to pin down because I will not even desire those things. But the moment you're like, I'm not okay with it, I'm like, well, you could fuck off.
Well, now all of my attire is pink shorts.
Oh my God, I am the Karen of relationships.
Yeah. Well, listen, you just
poor-
gotta not put you in a box, you know?
Yeah. Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Nobody put Stacy in a corner. But
Yeah.
she was like, oh, I guess. Like, I don't
Yeah,
fucking
she's
know,
probably
right?
trying to make it work too because you got babies. So
Yeah,
you're like, all
exactly.
right, let's just not. I don't even want to wear pink. Like, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She would go along with it because if she talked back or like tried to stand up for herself or anything, he would essentially punish her by not letting her kids or their kids like see her parents or let her take them out or anything. He was just
no.
all around super controlling, right?
No.
Basically, if he didn't want it to happen, it didn't happen.
No.
Okay?
No.
Even at the gym with his clients, Rowan would like work them until they vomited.
What?
He showed no empathy. He's
This
just
sounds like a cult.
I mean, probably.
Sorta.
Yeah. But he was like, you know what? You got to harden up, like, toughen up, fucking suck it up, blah, blah, blah. Like, you got to fucking do these things. And these people are like, bro, I'm just here to fucking lose weight or whatever, right?
Ooh,
Like,
yeah.
I don't really like
But he's
it.
like intense.
Mm-hmm. So after 8 years of marriage, Hannah was finally able to leave him.
Oh, good for her. Go, Hannah.
She took the children and she went to live with her parents in Camp Hill, which is a suburb of Brisbane, right?
Obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah. Who
Not-
doesn't know about Camp Hill?
Obviously, yeah. It's just, that's where I hang out.
Yeah.
So not surprisingly, Rowan was not okay.
Sure.
He was like, I don't like that.
This makes me mad.
This is not what I'm about,
Yeah.
right? There was a priest or a pastor or some fucking godly man, right?
Yeah.
That went to their gym.
Yeah. And he's
And-
like, Jesus Christ loves muscle.
He's like, Jesus Christ.
1, 2,
Jesus
3.
Christ.
Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Father, Son. You know how you do those like weird repetitive cycles in your head? When you're like 5, 6, 7, 8.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
Father,
Exactly.
Son, Holy Ghost.
That's probably what he was doing every time he flipped
Yeah.
a tire or whatever it was that they're doing at their fucking gym.
Fucking ramming those ropes around.
Yeah.
Like making it like a goddamn wave. Anyway.
And Rowan asked him if they could talk about the separation, right? He's like, hey, man, I need some advice.
Okay.
My lady
So
friend
the
left
holy
me.
guy.
Mm-hmm, to the holy man.
Yeah.
And the man said that Rowan, like, immediately started crying on his shoulder.
Oh, okay.
And,
we got a sensitive side.
Well, he appeared distraught and all that. But
Yeah.
in his opinion, he seemed more upset about losing the lifestyle that he was living and not necessarily about losing, like, his wife and kids, right?
But how is she providing him that lifestyle?
well,
Just the trophy wife look or something? Or
it's
what?
the happily married husband, father of 3. right? You can no longer say that you're a happily married husband. or
Honestly,
father
if
of
you're a
three.
father of 3, we all know it's rough.
And nobody's
Not fooling
happily married.
anybody. Yeah.
No.
If you're a father, we're all like, shit, man, you're in the trenches too. I hope someday.
Someday we'll all see the light again.
Yeah, like we get it. It's
Well-
not, like we're all in on the club.
But it's not the picture perfect, like,
I got you.
Pinterest
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
And so he's like, fuck, now I'm getting divorced and all this. Like, that
Yeah.
sucks, right?
And he's in the public eye. I get it.
And so the pastor said, in his opinion, that it was more like he was upset he's losing that image rather than
His actual
he's
relationship.
losing that relationship. Yeah, exactly.
How sad is that? Honestly, pastors are basically pastors, not pastures. Pastors are basically therapists.
I mean, that's kind of their thing.
They're, like,
but also, I feel like
quote-unquote
it's super
free.
predatory for him to come at him at the gym. Like, this motherfucker's just trying to work out.
Honestly.
And you're out here being like, anyway, can you...
But you know what?
Can you listen to
He
my
took the
breakup?
fucking cloth of the goddamn Lord or whatever the fuck it's called. So he better be prepared to preach that word.
I guess. And
In
he probably
any
is. He's probably so much more than I, like, if someone was like, anyway, can you help me with my graphic design as I was trying to work out, which I never would, I'd be like, you can come back at business hours.
I feel like spiritual shit's a little different though.
yeah,
It's
and
a
it
little
probably
deeper.
is.
You know, so you're willing to give it.
I guess. Maybe they
Like if
consider it
somebody
that
was
way.
like, would you just sage me real quick? I just don't feel good. I wouldn't be like, I'm working out. I'd hop off that treadmill so fast and I'd be like, I've only done this once before, but I'm going to sage the fuck out of you.
I'd be like, you need to come back at 2. I'll
Yeah.
have the sage ready.
I need to rid your body.
This is what you don't have boundaries.
Oh, you're so right. I've been working on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
in
working on
therapy.
that.
You're right. You're
That's
right.
where it is. It's where you're working out in your own time, in your own space.
Yeah.
No one can come up to you and interrupt that shit.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. You're right.
So,
I'm wrong.
This pastor deserved better,
Yeah.
but he didn't get better.
He didn't set
because-
his own boundaries.
No, he did not.
That bitch was just like, I'll give you my all.
And he also said that Hannah had contacted him to talk about the breakup as well, right? So he's just like,
Ooh,
man,
that's
I'm just trying to
messy.
work out.
That's messy.
Yeah, and he's
That's like
hearing both sides.
That's like the best friend, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's like, no, you are in the right. And then whispering, you're in the right.
Like, oh, I told him this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't think he was playing sides.
Probably not.
Because
Probably
he's
not.
a pastor.
I
so,
made that part up.
So he was probably like trained in being like, anyway, God says to do X, Y, Z or whatever.
That
you
says
know?
an eye for an eye. You know?
He probably didn't tell him that. Anyway, I guess this guy must have been like popular or well known or easy to talk to or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Because they were both like, anyway, hear me out.
Yeah.
Right? And he said that Hannah had told him that Rowan was controlling and abusive.
Sounds right.
She initially said that he wasn't physically abusive to her, but she also admitted that he expected her to have sex every day, which was
It's
just
a lot of work.
It's just fucking
That
like
expectation alone makes it not fun.
exactly. If you expect it, like no, but like sometimes, what if I just don't fucking want to?
Like, what if I just want to go to bed?
What if I don't want to? What
Yeah.
if I just want to go to
What
bed?
if that sounds stupid?
What if I don't like you today?
Yeah.
Like no.
What if you're lame and I'm out?
What if no?
Yeah.
And she confided in him and her family that Rowan was emotionally and financially abusive toward her as
How
well.
financially?
I don't
Probably
really
like
know.
you're just a gold digger and whatever.
I
shit.
think it's more like, yeah, like he was this professional rugby player, so presumably he had money. She was 19. She didn't have
Yeah.
money. And then they maybe own this gym together. He's a physical trainer. I don't know if she was a physical trainer or if she had a job or what, but
Yeah.
it's easy for like a stay-at-home mom to be financially taken advantage of.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, another of Rowan's old rugby teammates also described him as a hothead who would often get in fights during the games, right?
Oh, good God. What a dime piece.
I also thought that was kind of normal, like
Yeah.
to fight during rugby, like in
Sure.
hockey, where they're like, and anyway,
Yeah.
they're having
It's
another
part of
fight.
the game.
Yeah, it's all part of the game. But
Yeah.
I've also never actually watched rugby.
Me
ever,
either. Not
so
even once.
Maybe I'm
Don't
wong.
even know how it works.
Don't know how it works.
No idea.
I've
Is
heard
it a
it's
round
like
ball?
soccer.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, it's like a football,
Yeah, so it's football,
but
but
like
it's rugby.
yeah, but
They
I
have
don't
like
know.
leather fucking hats with flaps or some shit.
Yeah, but I thought that the whole point was that they were like really aggressive.
I thought so too.
I don't know. Either way, he was more aggressive than really aggressive, right? Either way, through all this, Rowan wasn't happy, like, with losing control over his wife, and he was distraught over not being able to see his kids whenever he wanted to, obviously.
Yeah.
So on Boxing Day, which is the second day of Christmastide,
Obviously. I don't even know when Christmastide is.
that's why I wrote that.
It was like when the fucking moon aligned with like the cross on which Jesus died on.
I was like, why do I
have
have to Google so many holidays?
Jesus, really?
It's apparently Christmastide is like so many days after Christmas or something like that. In this case, Boxing Day lands on the day after Christmas. So it was December 26th, 2019.
We're
right?
boxing. There's a Boxing Day.
I don't know. Maybe they box up their Christmas presents that they didn't want. I don't know what they
not
do.
like punching boxing.
I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe they fight each other. Maybe they were like, we held it together during the holidays and now it's time to get it out.
Oh, maybe like kangaroos box.
Yeah, they do. I don't
Okay.
know what they were doing, but it
We
was
don't know
Boxing
if it's
Day.
like physically boxing things up or if it's punching people.
We don't know because we're American.
We don't know, and Erin didn't Google. So
I
here we are.
Googled a little bit and it was like, this is when Boxing Day is. And it was very vague. And I was like, okay, that helps. Not at all.
Honestly, I'm here for it. I don't care which version it is. I support it.
I support it.
I'd
Listen,
love
if
to
it
celebrate that with you.
if it makes you happy, do it.
Yeah.
So, either which way, whenever this was the day after Christmas, December 26th, 2019, Rowan allegedly kidnapped his daughter, Leona,
Nope.
on that day.
Not the baby.
Middle daughter. Well,
Doesn't matter. Still,
middle
they're all
kid, second
babies.
daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, kidnapped might be a strong word because they were in the middle of trying to figure out like how the custody would work after their separation and all that. And Rowan had repeatedly refused to sign the contracts with the custody agreements.
That tells me he didn't have a good deal.
But it was against the recommendation of his lawyers. They were like, hey man, this is like
Just sign it. Like
like-
everything's fine.
yeah, like this is normal. This is what you're gonna get. Like you gotta sign it. And he was like, no, she's trying to control me. She's trying to say when I can see my kids. Blah,
Maybe
blah,
like
blah.
an ego, maybe?
I think a lot of
Okay.
it was he was trying to get his way always. Like
Yeah.
he was a very controlling person in general. So that day, they had been at the park and Leona had asked to go home with dad, right?
Yeah.
And Hannah, the mom, was like, nope, that's not going to happen. Like, we can hang out. We're here. You can hang out with him now. But, like, we got to go back home. We're done, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is
not
it. This
okay
is your
yet.
visitation. Then we're going home.
Yeah.
And Rowan was like, fucking bullshit. Nuh-uh.
Oh, my baby wants me. I'm going to be here.
And so he took her home where police were waiting because Hannah called the police and they were like, hey, he's not supposed to take her. Like, that's my
Oh,
baby.
shit. It's getting dirty.
Yeah. And
Oh,
so
that's sad.
it's
but I don't
really
blame her.
fucking
I'm just saying
sad.
it's sad. Yeah.
But it's sad on both parts. Like, you guys
Yeah.
got to come to an agreement. you
yeah,
know?
like for that poor kid. Like,
Yeah, and I get
Shit.
it for the dad too to be like, she wants to come home with me. Like she can come home with me. Like,
sure, I
whatever.
get both sides. That's why I'm not trying to place any dirty blame. It's just like, oh,
It just
sad.
sucks.
Yeah,
It's terrible for the kids.
for sure.
But the police were there, and Leona was brought back to Hannah, right?
Okay.
And then Hannah joined a new CrossFit gym, and she was excited about getting her life back in order and starting to do the things that she loved again,
She
right?
enjoys, yeah, on her own fucking turf.
But when Rowan got word of the new gym that she was going to, he went and applied for a job as a trainer there.
Nope.
Yep.
It's
He
where you're
got-
crossing the line, bro.
Fucking crossing the line, my man.
Yeah.
He got an interview, and the gym owner said that he was basically acting like he already had the job.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
But did he get the job though?
Well, so that was not the case, right? Like, he did not have the job, blah, blah, blah.
Okay,
and then
good.
after the interview, Rowan asked the owner, like, hey, can we take a picture outside together, like in front of the gym, right? And the owner was like, that's fucking weird, but okay. Like, fine, I guess. And
So he's
he-
trying to look like he got the job.
Exactly.
No.
So the owner took the picture, and then
no.
Rowan posted that picture on social media and said something like, I'm excited for the opportunity to work here, like something like that. Basically,
Very generic, but it makes it sound like you work there, but also not saying that I work
yep,
here.
implying that he got a job
Oh,
as a trainer at this
no.
gym that she was going to.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it so that Hannah would see it.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
He's doing it
he's
to torment her.
Intimidating her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so Hannah went in and told the owner and everybody at the gym, like, hey, man, that's my ex. Like, he has a domestic violence order.
History.
Yeah, like, and I have a restraining order or domestic violence order against him. he can't be here when I'm here and I have a membership here. So, like, he shouldn't work here. Like, you shouldn't let him work here. And they were like, you're right. You got it. No big deal. And they did not hire him. Right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Like, that's the kind of stuff that he would pull. Right.
That's tricky.
Just controlling and kind of showing
Being
her
an
like,
asshole.
Yeah. Being an asshole and being like, I can do whatever I want. Right.
Ew.
Kind of cocky.
Yeah. Super.
So on February 13th, Hannah's best friend, Nicole, went to the police station and she told them she was worried that Rowan was going to kill Hannah
No.
and the kids.
Not the best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the police said that they couldn't do anything until he, quote,
Killed her.
does something.
What the fuck?
Like, he hasn't done anything yet. There's nothing we can do.
I mean, on
fucked up.
one hand, I get that. But on the other hand, it's like, can we do a check-in?
Right?
Like, can we at least get this shit on record? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's on record. She went and she said something.
I guess, but like,
There's
can you
your
check in
record.
with him so he's a little more nervous to do something? Because like the police are watching.
I don't
You
know.
know, like, hey, what's going on here? And he could be
Fucking
like, she's
chill.
being exaggerationary. Mm-hmm. Imaginary exaggerationary.
But
She's exaggerating is what I meant.
I knew. Either way, it's not uncommon, like, for them to be like, hey, man, like, we can't do anything, right? But it's kind of infuriating, right?
Yeah, I guess hindsight. Sure.
Yeah. And on February 17th of 2020, Rowan was seen by CCTV going to a Bunnings store, which is essentially like a Home Depot or a Lowe's or whatever, right?
Bunny.
Bunnings.
And Ace.
Yeah, like an Ace. It's
Gotcha.
a fucking home improvement store, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
He bought zip ties, cleaner, and a 5-liter green fuel can, right?
Okay.
And then
He's going to set her on fire, isn't he?
And then on February 18th, 2020, Rowan called a men's helpline. But it didn't sound like he was calling for genuine help. He was only calling because he had to. I think in like the separation agreement and the domestic violence order, they were like, hey, man, you need to get help. You need to get like
You have
anger
to call in
management.
once a month.
Yeah, basically, like you have to take an anger management class, blah, blah, blah. And so he was calling to try and get information on that, right?
Uh-huh.
He even said during the call that, like, it's not my idea, but apparently I have to do it. She put a DBO on me, blah, blah, blah. And the guy was like, oh, you're being dragged here, right? Like, the operator was
Oh
like,
my
oh, you're
God.
being dragged into this.
Yeah.
Which also they're trying to, like, build a rapport. I don't hold anything against that guy. Like,
Oof.
you're trying to, like, connect with the person, right?
Yeah.
But either way, he told the operator that it's almost like a game to put her in a better position for family court. Like, oh, he has to do all these classes, blah, blah, blah.
So he
right?
doesn't really perceive himself as a threat to her.
He doesn't perceive
He's
himself.
like, oh, she's actually the problem.
Yes, exactly. He says that she's the problem and, like, he doesn't have a problem. He doesn't understand why she's so upset and, like, she's overreacting, right?
Yeah.
The operator said that he sounded calm during the entire call, right? And then Rowan also told the operator that their marriage had deteriorated because Hannah had started having feelings for another man.
Sure, they're separated technically. Ish.
That's true.
Yeah.
But he's saying that, like, before they separated, the reason that they separated was because a man that they allegedly went to the same gym with, he said that he had found out about this guy a month before they separated. So that would have been like January, I guess.
Yeah.
And he blamed her leaving
It's
him.
not her fault you suck. Anyway, but okay.
But he blamed it all on, like,
Yeah.
oh, she met this guy. She has
There's
feelings
another
for him.
guy in the picture.
Yeah. Like, it's all her fault,
Yeah.
right? That she's leaving, right?
Yeah.
I did nothing
But
wrong.
like, if you didn't suck, maybe she wouldn't leave. Okay. Yeah.
Also, for the record, there is no evidence that she was ever interested
Doing any
in
of this?
or with another man,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And also, he had a history of accusing her of cheating on him.
Oh God. This does not sound healthy.
Nope. So the call center worker guy gave him 2 other numbers to call for other helplines, right?
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
call these, set up a fucking
Talk to these
appointment,
people.
right?
Yeah.
Rowan called one of them, but it was busy, and he's like, I tried.
I'm done.
I'm done here, right?
Yeah.
And that same day, Hannah and Rowan FaceTimed so Rowan could talk to the kids.
Uh-huh.
But he was sobbing the entire time,
Ugh.
which is not normal.
Like, I'm not going to show the babies this.
It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The next morning, which is February 19th, Hannah had gotten the kids ready for school, and they were all strapped into the back seat of her car. She left her parents' house and off to school they go, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, Rowan went to the gas station and filled up his little container. He also bought, quote, lollies and 3 Kinder Surprises.
Are lollies lollipops or are they
think so.
popsicles?
I think it's like lollipops.
Okay, I know what
candies.
Kinder Surprises are. Those are like those eggs.
The Kinder Surprises
With
are like
like
the eggs. I think lollies are just candies, like
Okay.
whatever candy they wanted.
Yeah, I thought they were popsicles.
They might be, but
Okay.
Matthew always writes on our things that we get lollies.
Oh, okay.
And
okay,
I think
okay.
that means just candy.
Okay.
And then he went to meet up with Hannah and the kids.
Okay.
Not that they were expecting him, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Trigger warning, kids.
Oh, no.
So I'm not sure exactly how this next bit happened, but Hannah was driving the car and the 3 kids were in the back seat, and Rowan was able to get into the car in the passenger seat.
How?
I'm assuming she's like in traffic or she stopped or something, and he just like fucking pops in. Right?
Hey, guys.
Yeah, like,
Get in the car.
shit. Didn't know you were going to be here at this exact time when they go to school. He had a knife and a gas can on him,
Oh.
and he started threatening Hannah with the knife.
Oh, God.
So her window was open, I guess, and she saw a man outside, like across the street, watering his lawn or something. And she called out to him, like, hey, man, call the police. Like,
Oh
this
my
is not okay. Call the police.
God.
Presumably that guy does.
Oh, good.
And then Rowan doused the interior of the car in gas and set it on fire.
Please tell me the babies are going to be okay. I don't want to hear the story.
You don't want to hear this story.
Why would you tell me this?
Because I wanted to ruin your day.
No.
So everyone was inside the car. Hannah was able to escape the car, but she was horribly burned. And the car was still on fire, and she wasn't able to get her babies out.
No. You might as well just burn me in there. That she feels the same way, I'm 100% sure.
100%.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Rowan was also able to get out of the car that he had fucking
Who
started the fire
fucking
in.
cares? Yeah.
I
He
guess
killed his own babies because he couldn't be there. Mm-hmm. He couldn't have them.
because he's
What a
dick.
dickwad!
Well, he wouldn't sign the fucking custody
What
agreement
a
either.
dickwad! You could have countered that shit. Oh
But you
my
could have gotten split
God.
custody. Like, you're both adults.
Yeah,
There's
you
no
could
reason to not
counter
have
and be
split.
like, I want majority custody. That's the whole fucking point of mediation in court and shit. I hate people.
Nope.
This is not good for my mental health.
He went the other direction.
Did their babies all die, all 3 of them?
Yeah.
And now they're just alone in the world without babies?
Well, no.
Okay.
So he was burned over 80% of his body.
Good. I wish he would not live, but
Well,
okay.
He got out of the car and he kind of stumbled down the street.
Was he trying to commit suicide too?
Well,
Allegedly.
he then stabbed himself to death.
Oh, so he survived the burning, but he did suicide himself. Where?
I don't know, but I'm assuming like got to be stomach, chest area. Like
Oh,
what
I
else
was
you
thinking
gonna do?
neck.
Ugh. I don't know. I don't know. For
I
a
cannot
fact.
understand suicide by stabbing yourself.
No, that
That's
sounds
so hard.
Fucking terrible.
Oh my God. Okay, so shit is not going well for homie.
So he gets out. He stumbles over there. She's
is
able
this-
to get out. She can't save her kids, but she's like near the car. He's a little bit down the street.
No,
he
I don't
stabs
want to hear
himself to
this.
death.
This is
right?
awful. Yeah, okay.
So the police showed up almost immediately, and Hannah was conscious enough to tell them that her ex-husband had done this. Like, assuming he had survived, they would have had enough to prosecute him, right?
Yeah.
But her ex-husband had done this, and the kids were in the car, and the kids were all pronounced dead at the scene.
Okay, listen, you all are going to hate me, but like the sounds.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Cannot be okay.
Why
this
would you
poor
do that?
woman. Well, that's all I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Well-
Why are you telling me this story? This is awful.
Sorry.
Oh my God. Okay.
So Hannah had burns to 97% of her body.
That's almost 100%. Like she was on fire.
She was like, her whole body was on fire.
Oh my God, this poor woman. I'm so
she-
uncomfortable with my body.
She died later that day in the hospital.
Stop it. They all died? This motherfucking, honestly, not to be a dick, but like as a mother,
As a mother.
at least she's with her babies and wherever the fuck we go when we die, you know?
Well, I mean, honestly,
Hopefully.
I don't know that I could have mentally survived after
No,
that.
who would want to?
Like, that's
Who would want
atrocious.
to?
That's horrendous. That's
Yeah.
fucking awful.
I mean, people who do and then who live a life, that's admirable. I'm not saying like, wow, how could you?
No.
That is
I just don't think that
admirable.
I'm strong enough as
No,
a person
for sure.
to make it through that. Like,
And I'm sure people don't feel that way either and they pull through, but like, fuck.
yeah.
That's horrible.
So on Rowan's phone, they later found a note that was started on January 26th. No, this happened on the murder happened on February 19th.
So like a month prior.
Yeah. So January 26th, this note was started on his phone, but it was edited for weeks up until the murders, right? And it was essentially like a,
Kill kit?
not a suicide
assuming-
note, but like a,
Oh.
hey, this is to Hannah note, like, you fucked up, blah, blah, blah,
What?
right? It said, I'm finishing your game. I don't want to play anymore. This was never my intention.
Feel like it was.
Feel like it was.
Feel like your intention is pretty clear.
If you started this note on January 26th,
Feel like we're
I feel
all
like this
aware.
whole thing is very
Your intention-
premeditated.
Very intentional.
Like,
Yeah.
this is very intentional. You meant to do this. But either way, that was his intention. I digress, right?
Yeah.
So Hannah's family set up a foundation called Small Steps for Hannah to bring awareness to domestic and family violence in Australia.
Yeah.
And that's where that ends.
That's the end of that. Thanks. Thanks for that traumatic experience.
You're welcome.
He just fucking murdered his whole family.
Yeah.
And
but
himself.
There's
Suicide murder.
There's no trial or anything. 'Cause
All because he wanted custody.
all because he didn't want to lose control. It's not even custody. Like,
Yeah,
he was
that's
mad
true.
because
That's true.
one of the things that he said to the men's helpline thing was like, she's telling me when I can have my kids. Bitch, that's how parenting works. Like, yeah, man, I have them. I have custody. I'm going to tell you when you can have them. Like,
And you're not stable enough to have the custody. So fucking
Right?
deal.
or sign the papers, go through the channels, get the stability to have the custody,
Yeah.
and we can, like, go
Move on from there.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
But he didn't do that, obviously, because he wasn't
Did
mentally
he like douse
capable.
the inside with the gasoline and like that shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope. I hate it. I can't think about it too long.
No, and you shouldn't, because that's
traumatizes me.
fucking terrifying. And this whole thing made me think of, obviously, my babies, and they're in car
Nope.
seats, and they're
I
strapped in
can't.
their
I
cars.
cannot. No. We
Like-
have to talk about other things. Nope.
Okay.
I'm just gonna cut you off.
You should.
I'm traumatized.
You should, because my brain was in loops, and I'm like, I don't know, like, you can't do anything. What would you
Matthew, what have you done?
do? Thanks.
Anyway, if you want to check out pictures pertaining to Aaron's case, go to our social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Our handle is at ISGD Podcast. If you want to email us, you could do that at isgdpodcast@gmail.com, or you could snail mail us at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 9197.
9, and Aaron will read everything and write you back handwritten because we
That's
love you
true.
guys so much and we appreciate you. Please subscribe, rate, and review any fucking app you use to listen to us. Go tell all your friends about us. Help spread the word on Manny's Nationwide. We love you so much.
Bye.
Bye.